Welcome to the woods of East Texas. So this footage is from the Barnwell Mountain Enduro that took place in November of 2022. This was the last race of the TSCEC series, so TSCEC, the Texas State Championship Enduro Series, or Championship Circuit. There we go, Texas State Championship Enduro Circuit. I have not been following the series for a long time, but that's okay. I do love getting to this property here in East Texas due to the massive amount of amazing single track, the rough routes, the crazy rocks, and the tight trees. We got a lot of piney woods in East Texas, and it's a ton of fun riding out here. So thank you to the promoters that put this on, right? TSCEC being that series, but of course the workers that made this event happen. Big success, lots of fun. Get ready, look at those roots. I am just bouncing all over the place. Woo! Thank you! We're in the third test right now, so by the time that this video finishes up, we'll have gotten through the end of the test. Unfortunately, this was my slowest test of the day, so I was in the A40 plus class, and it looks like overall I was in 44th for this test, but in my class I was 7th. So I had 31 minutes throughout the test. I don't remember the exact length of it, but this was the, air quotes, worst I did on the day. And if you don't know why that's the case, definitely head to Instagram, and I go over the bars and maybe about a mile or two into this test, and it was the perfect section where the roots were set up to hold the front and the back tire. I tried to loft the front end over both of the roots, but because of the fact that it was just perfectly spaced, unfortunately, my rear wheel hit the first root just in time to drop the front wheel into that second root and throw me over the handlebars. What I should have done is treated it more like an elevated log, right? So tap that first root with the front tire to elevate and create more loft than just trying to bring up the front wheel. And that probably would have helped me create more momentum, have the front end up and higher. Second thing would have been able to do is realize, oh no, look at the spacing, and I would have been able to probably veer a little bit more left, so closer to the tree that was on my left, so that way I could have not been in that main deep rooted line where everybody had just been spinning out throughout the years of this trail being ridden. But man, this race was a ton of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying watching me ride a little bit of single track. If you do enjoy riding single track and you have a single tracked mind, don't forget to check out our single track mind shirt in the shop. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy getting seat time. If you only follow us on this Seat Time Clips channel, make sure you hit up our other channel, that main channel that we have, Seat Time, on the YouTubes. That's where we put out more of our educational and entertaining content. Here on the Seat Time Clips channel, just because of the way the channel has evolved, this is just that. This is the Clips channel where you'll find these longer, straight kind of videos. Sometimes I talk over them. Sometimes it's Graham Jarvis at the Graham Jarvis Clinic. Here we are, back in the woods of East Texas. Oh, God. If you've wondered what that little thing that keeps getting in the way of the camera is, unfortunately, that is my roll-off system. So I've got the Liat goggles on, and the way that those roll-offs connect, to me, has not felt very secure. And unfortunately, during this test, either during my crash or right after my crash, when I went over the handlebars, I did clip the left side of my roll-offs goggle system on a limb, and it ripped that side completely off. And so it's been dangling the entire time. There were a few times that I thought about grabbing it and just trying to rip it off, but in the long run, I didn't want to just spend 15 seconds doing that. It really didn't get in the way. Sure, it could have hung up and could have ripped me off the bike potentially, but in this case, I just kind of kept going, because even though it's dangling in front of the camera, you've got to remember that the camera is a good couple inches below my eyesight, so I couldn't really see it. It wasn't getting in my vision. I could feel it and hear it, but I was really just trying to stay focused on the trail, so it wasn't that big of an issue. But I've reached out to Liat. I've told them about it. Obviously, there's nothing I can do, right? You know, they have their product developers. But if you've had any issues with equipment, definitely let people know in the comments so they can be aware and look up some reviews of different pieces and parts as they're thinking about buying new equipment for 2023.
I just
This is just a short look at the fire roads that are out at Barnwell, but you have to remember this is a Jeep place, right? It's an OHV park. So for some people that are coming from Dallas, like this is super rough on their Jeep when they take their Jeep out there. But for us on our dirt bikes, like these were really sketchy to try to go fast on. And so this is just a quick look at what these were like. Earlier in the test, you can again follow that on Instagram when you see me in the hill climb. We were booking it, and I think that that's why I caught up and was still in the top 50 overall, even in this test when I spent a minute on the ground picking myself up, because those fire roads were fast and dangerous. What do you guys think? I mean, is this tight single track to you? Like, you know, watching this footage, it's unfortunate that it does have the GoPro effect, but to me, it still looks really tight. You can see how you have to, even standing up right there, I've got to maneuver my hips. Here, I'm on this epic off-camber section, which I can tell you during the race seemed much more intimidating. But I want to know what y'all think. Like, yeah, this isn't the tightest single track I've ever ridden, but in the long run, I thought it was pretty epic, and it makes me want to get back out to Barnwell. Yes, I'm excited to be done, but this checkout was way overkill.
couldn't stop laughing. That was just like so rough. Like I'm bouncing off so much.
Yeah.
I wasn't pissed. I literally was like, oh my God, this is insane.
Yeah, well, you're behind me, right?
Yeah, I crashed on one of those uphills. I like jumped up the hill, right into a root, and then went over the handlebar.
You passed me on that last one too. If you passed me, it motivated me a little, but I couldn't. My hands keep going numb, man.
Well, we got 3 more. We're halfway.
Yeah, I know.